to deal. Hey everybody. Hope folks are doing well. Let me switch this over. I'm still dealing with some weird cold holdover situation, so no camera today, just a little easier. So my partner's kind of running around today. Just chilling without the cam, but that's okay. Oh man, took a little Warpforge break these last couple days. I've been testing stuff part of last week, so I have definitely some deck guides to come out. pretty soon. Hey, Shamil, how are you? Thanks, man. There's so much sickness going around. I don't know. I had the flu for a week. I've been masking everywhere I'm going just to try and, you know, protect myself as best I can, especially because I take public transit every day for work. And there's nothing you can do because I also work with people. So you're just gonna get sick. Um, but today I'm excited. I don't know how long the stream is gonna be, maybe a couple hours, but kind of just want to go over my builds that I've sort of been working on. I really like this Varo Codex combo build, and I'll probably play that more today. Um, but I've been testing a lot with Sylar, and I think that there is definitely something here. I'm not quite sure if Sylar is worth it, like in terms of like the best chaos build. Vacation, yeah, that's true. I know. I had today off, which was nice for a holiday here in the States. Um, but yeah, yeah. Back work is in full swing. I start teaching again too this week, so both my jobs are happening. But still making time for games, of course. But yeah, I think what's fun about this deck is it's really the best user of Murderous Desires. Like this card always felt a little clunky um, in Abaddon because yes, you're trying to play aggro mid range, and it's like this card obviously is one of the best win conditions, especially paired with Warp Talon. Right, you can't really interact with this combo a lot of the time, but it just felt clunky sometimes, right? Like this just didn't pull enough weight, or it was kind of in an awkward spot. What I like about Sylar is because of his ability, right? And when you roll the Diabolic Strength, it's not hard for you to enable Murderous Desires through Diabolic Strength. Through the fact that I still run the one of Legacy of Vengeance. Um, Obviously, you've got Dracnian too. A card that I've been trying as well as I think Buggy, who's a really big Chaos Brain. Um, it's this card's actually pretty decent, I think. Varro and Sylar are good picks. Yeah, I think they are, genuinely. Watching me and the inauguration. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on today, I guess, in the U.S. That's for sure. What's up? That's Wizard. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So anyway, um, yeah, I think Sorcerer is actually what I like is this the six ranged. It's funny, like I think just because I'm thinking about Dark Angels constantly, Chaos does run some units that are not great in the range department, and I do love that this is 5 energy, 6 health, 6 ranged. Um, it is kind of a pain, and it's some nice little card advantage for a deck that doesn't run a ton. I think most people run 2 Hosts of Chaos. I still think this card's awkward, especially when you're going second sometimes. But the curve is definitely low. We're not even playing Hellbrute, which I tried as a one of. But I think I like this sort of mid-range, lower to the ground version anyway. I mean, you can really pump damage in the early turns. And I feel like this does particularly well into decks like Azrael, because if they ever just kind of have an awkward draw or they're not really putting as much pressure on the board, you can really just beat down. I mean, you're hoping to roll the Diabolic Strength most of the time. The other thing that's nice is that these two basically don't require any sort of troop considerations, right? And then obviously unhallowed gifts, but getting the guaranteed dark pack that you get to choose is also pretty impactful. But having the Abaddon's chosen definitely makes a difference for this deck, guaranteeing you the Venom Crawler, right, without having to hit those other Abaddon's Chosen's off of things like Hosts of Chaos. You just have that one banked in your hand, and then you just play it on Venom Crawler later, pretty much the whole, most of the time. Master of Possessions I thought about, Shamil. I did think about that card. And so I think it's just the stats are still like a little kind of wonky for me right now. But it did get the cost reduction on Rights of Possession, which I think the thing is, Possessed Marine just in general is like kind of like mediocre. This effect is synergistic with Sylar though, because you can hit their face and you can do damage. It's possible maybe I could throw one of these in here. I've just kind of liked the Sorcerer more actually. Just found that those 3 abilities off the Sorcerer, just like Sylar, are pretty relevant, whereas this is like a little bit more conditional to be good, I think. But I wouldn't fault anyone for playing this card now. I think it's totally serviceable, which is yeah. I mean, I love that these Sorcerer and Master of Possession are actually playable now. Now, if we can get stuff like Meltagun Legionary, there's this, Chaos Terminator. We got a few that are not so great, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? Mineral, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Yeah, sorry, I've been a little quiet with content. It's just because work is back in full swing. But I've been trying to do at least like one stream, one video, and I think I've technically about hit that the last 2 weeks. So, gonna try and keep with that. The other deck, I'll just show you guys because we're kind of chatting. Just wanted to revisit was Magus. Obviously, BJ unveiled a deck that I was loving. And I knew once it got out, just like he said, people were going to pick it up, which is the Safa combo deck. Mine's still, I think, a earlier version. Doesn't run Subterranean. I did shave some stuff to make it a little bit more favored towards getting your Nexus. But would love to see a teleport effect. Ooh, that would be cool. Yes, that would be really cool if they went and did that, because it should, right? I mean, like, well, should, but now we have teleport in the game. So obviously, Shrigma Mail pioneered this. BJ iterated on this, put out a great video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. It's really fun. You're fully playing like a combo deck, and there's not a ton of those in Warpforge, so it is really fun. But I kind of wanted to see, like, can Magus hack it now that Living Icon reduces a troop in hand by 1? I kind of wanted to see if this, like, shakes things up a little bit for him, because you always had, like, a bunch of troops. So now it's like you get that cantrip, right? You can draw a troop when you play it, and then you get the strike. And generally you want to be hitting with Magus anyway. So... But I think this can also be quite good for Safa. I haven't tried a Malik build. That's kind of on my to-do list. I think he's probably getting closer to like that 50%, a little over 50% win rate with some of the buffs. But honestly, the reinforcement is probably what's going to help him out the most, especially if there's ambush support. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But those are the 3 decks I've been playing the most, is these 3. Plus, I grinded to basically 3k with Safa, I don't know, the first week. I've tried I've got some other Ultramarine builds, but honestly, I really landed on this as like my preference, and I think Varro is actually offering something better than the other Ultramarine warlords at the moment. Still have Azrael, which is good. I haven't touched Dark Angels this season. I did a little bit of this, this is Barracks build that I changed a little bit for Asmodai. But I don't know. I'm just not... I played a ton of Dark Angels when they first came out, so I'm kind of taking a break from that. So, I kind of want to start with Varro. See if we can get some wins. I don't know if the sound is good for you guys. Quiet. Oh, we're pretty quiet, actually. Turn the sound up a little bit. But yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream, everybody. Appreciate it. Just grab Assault Doctrine later. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Get it back. I mean, if I'm going to have Assault Doctrine in my hand, I'd rather have it when I'm going second, so I can play it on 7. I mean, that's generally pretty good.
What is yet to come is for us to decide.
So, we'll take it. Not what I want, necessarily. But. Oh. Sorry, that was me testing something on Streamlabs. I think we're just always Scryer gazing in the early turns. Vader with the sub. Subscribe for 3 months. Thanks, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. I think I feel like I saw. I forget where your IGN is, but I thought I had seen you recently. But thanks for coming through. Alright. I mean, I do hate playing with this, but it's not that bad. I'll just try and go crazy on this Firstborn. So what? I go Firstborn into Attack Insight, into Oath of the Moment, and just trigger Codex. It's not bad.
Each path must be chosen with care.
I don't really have anything better to do this turn, I think. See if we can get this to live to see the next turn. Doesn't matter what I pick here. Unless I want to use High Factory, which I don't. So. Okay. Interesting. So they didn't have a flanker, I guess. GSC with new... oh, that's right, Vader. Thanks for reminding me. Sorry, my brain is not great. Yes, I did have a good Christmas in New Year's. I was only sick for part of it. So. I think we just run out Chaplain. And... yeah, we get the double Codex for Avenging Zeal. And I don't think I'm hitting. I mean, they're going to have to hit this either way to clear it. It's not an easy, hard board to deal with for them, for all the flank that they usually run. But I think we kind of play this control until we've got Assault Doctrine online, and then we hope we can still connect. Yeah, Vader, we got GSC reinforcements coming this week. I hope it's more ambush support for Malik. That would be something that's really missing. So I'm hopeful for that. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Jackal guys on motorcycle bikes and the other tank things look sick. Yeah, no, Shamil, I didn't forget about the 30%. I think if I play away from that. Oh, you're saying there's a 30% chance. Sorry. Right, it's 10. That's funny. Oh, no. 10% chance of doing 3 damage. Yeah. Yeah, the way I treat this is like, I'll play around it when I can afford to, but otherwise I don't. Because you can't really play around it. So we could go Firstborn, shield this, but there's just really no reason to do that. Because it's going to die. Impulsor may die. It is what it is. At least we get a nice punch for 6 here. I mean, we have Avenging Zeal next turn if we want it. Into Assault Doctrine off of High Factory. Yeah, exactly, Vader. Yeah, I really hope we see more ambush support. We don't need support for the other two mechanics, really. I mean, Uprising, it's unfortunate that really it's kind of like you go all in for the combo part of it. And for the most part, you don't really do that anymore. But like, if they buffed Uprising, I would want it to be like utility stuff, you know. Okay, so this is interesting. So I could get 2 codexes. If I Avenging Zeal right now, this is going to hit for 5. I hit for 4. They go to 2. So they're just dead to bombardment. But then I'm kind of in a weird spot. I think this is correct. Or no, they go to... Sorry, they go to 3. 6 energy Avenging Zeal. We'll take it. Oh, hey, Galgaros. What's up, man? I will answer your question in a second. Yeah, I think sisters are still viable, but they are by far, you know, they're far less powerful. They also like require you to really know what you're doing in the matches, which was not always the case. So okay, so putting on Assault Doctrine is kind of whatever. I want to kind of do stuff on board, and I don't want to take the 4 here potentially. So I think we're gonna do this. I should probably just take Smite, right? Yeah, just look for it. Didn't get it. So the meta, so I've played on and off. I played a lot at the beginning of the season, and then I kind of slowed down when I was working on deck building and content, like prep. I am going to put out a meta report. I've been kind of late on that. I will try and get that out probably this week after I get a couple more play sessions under my belt. I think Eldar are pretty consistent performers. I think Ultramarines, specifically through Varro, have a pretty like a more viable plan now. I think Azrael is still tier 1. I feel like now like Azrael is still kind of basically the deck to beat. But there's so much more viability in the like tier 1.5, tier 2 bracket, which I think is great. Like I think there's a lot more you can play with and do well with. All right, well, they're staying alive here. Still just gonna go for this. See if we can get it. Not quite yet. Alright, I don't want to die. And I easily could. So I think what I want to be doing, I could just go Impulsor and then drop the Humanity Shield. And then I can Assault Doctrine next turn. And then they should be dead, right? So I just don't risk dying here. What do you think about recent EG trend of buffing your warlord attack from special troop ability, Patriarch or DA Terminator, for example? Isn't it too much? Yeah, Shamil, I felt like Azrael's mid game was really good because of the 6-drop that got nerfed. And a lot of people were kind of upset about that nerf. I personally think that buffing Warlord stats is just always very weighted, especially if it's permanent. And so you do have to be pretty careful with how you do that. So I was kind of supportive of that. I'd say, hey, Lord of Squirrels, what's up? Hey, Tyler. We're Codex Timming for now. But yeah, Golgoros, I'd be interested to hear, like, if there's any decks you would like to play that you're kind of wondering about, let me know. Well, thankfully we have we've got the right formula to not die. Yeah, I mean, they did a good job of stabilizing there at very low HP. And that's the thing, man. Varro, being able to get your... I should do these at some point. Just get them out of the way. Varro being able to really stabilize and then in the late game drop, Assault Doctrines, Avenging Zeal. You still have, Humanity Shield, which is just such a powerful spell. It's tough. I think you have to play around a lot more stuff now that Varro kind of operates more efficiently. So, but yeah, sisters I think are still solid. I think they're in the tier 2 bracket, but also Azrael didn't really get touched much as the 2 Terminators, and I forget what the other thing was. This is great. We just want aggressive stuff into Asmodai. But yeah, I think Genestealers are back, and they'll probably be even more back with the reinforcement. I think Chaos is doing decently now. I know BJ put out a Shadow Sun video, which at some point I want to try too. The top Safa deck BJ shared a few weeks ago. Wondering what. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. If there are any good stratagems. I'm sure those will go in the build. They're going to clear this, but kind of is what it is. I could wait and hold it, but I don't know. Sometimes I just don't really like doing that. I guess I could have gone find a stratagem and then play Sergeant. Okay, that's really good that hit me. It's extremely good. Alright, if Sergeant can ping that would be even better. We'll start snowballing. Nah. It's okay, though. This can remove it by itself. Hit. Tried Gauge Rule in the builds of yours. Most fun I've had codexing in a while. Oh, that's right. Maybe I should do that. It's not a bad idea. I just didn't. I was like really underwhelmed by that card in a lot of ways, so I had not tried it. I think I just do some footwork with Telion here into Impulsor, into Calcius. I think that's pretty damn strong. And I don't think I want to take 5 here. I think this is a really great opportunity to not take 5. Alright, so even if this dies, we've gotten enough value. Alright, Tyler, I'll definitely think about that. Maybe I shave Calcius for, like, play 1 Calcius, 1 Gadriel. Oh, this is excellent for us. Okay. Yeah, because I just get to snipe that. I lose camo, but that doesn't really matter. This is just disgusting. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It was just gonna be like 1,000 down. All right, cool. You know what, Tyler? Let's. I don't know what you are playing in this build in particular, but I'm down to shave the Calcius for a gauge roll. I have the 2/7 drops. Each of your units deals 1 to 2 damage to a random enemy. Yeah, I mean, it's potentially higher than Calcius. Calcius obviously goes face, but I'd be down to try it. Why not? But yeah, the real thing is if you've got Talion, this deck just really does some insane stuff. 3, 4, 5. I'll just throw this back. We're also going to go on the draw, which is great. Going second as Ultramarines, I think, is just generally good because of high factory. Oh, yeah, I kind of liked Librarian where you kind of dump your hand, but you might be right about that. Hey, KF, good to see you, buddy. I'm doing okay. I'm still kind of a little bit ill, but wanted to do a chill stream today. Yeah, telling you, Demonic Pact was big. That was a huge, huge change. Of course, we got the doctrines first, but okay. So I'll try taking up the library because Calcius is just like exactly what you want. Yeah, it's such a like when you've really been playing this game for as long as a lot of us have, it's just so nice when you see cards that were unplayable, especially like a legendary, right? Be good. Like it's so nice. I think I'm gonna shield here. There's no point in feeding them a unit. Next turn. Next turn, I'm not sure. Just sort of depends on how they develop. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so this deck's been great. Sylar's been solid. I think Sylar's a little less consistent than I would like it to be. And then when I was playing Magus the other day, it felt great. Felt totally fine. Interesting. I think I kind of want to go for this. Another option is Chaplain, because Chaplain's not going to get that much value. They'll have to bonk it or something. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of want to set up these sergeants for where we actually get like a good trade. It's not great though. We're kind of in an awkward spot, but if we're able to like buffer our health total to go 7-8 with Assault Doctrine, that should be pretty good at turning things around a little bit. Okay, yeah. So they take 4, they clear it. Nothing I could do about this. Unless I drew like Attack Insight or something. That could work with the sergeants. Oh no, did they like fully DC? I've been having more issues like this actually recently. I don't think it's my internet. Oh, that's they're in a great spot. That really sucks. I don't know, is desync error maybe? Oops, that's not what I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to look at that one. Yeah, and they oh, that sucks. That really sucks. What's that guy's name? IDFC. I always feel bad about that. Especially for players who are not legendary, too. You know, it's just like a kick in the teeth. Did I take bots off? Because I definitely... Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, we'll play this for a little longer, but then I'll change it up. I know, Golros, you wanted to see some Genestealers instead of Vader. So we'll definitely do some Genestealing today. I don't want shield yet. Honestly, this whole hand is kind of... I just want my 2s and 3s. Yeah, perfect. All the 3 drops. That's all I want.
What is yet to come
It's for us to decide. Nice. Love to see an early attack insight. I feel like it'd be asking for trouble if I Void Assault in this matchup. But I will say Void Assault into Azrael is definitely pretty sick for Varro. Oh, thanks, Tyler. I forgot. It's cool seeing how a new meta shakes out. Yeah. It's so refreshing when a new meta can emerge. Like when I saw those changes, I was like, okay, Varro must be somewhat viable. I would assume the same as Sylar, and GSC get like a little bit more efficiency or whatever. I don't think any of those like ambush changes mattered, like with the stats, but maybe it will with the reinforcement. Yeah, sisters are definitely less around this season. I played against them here and there for sure. I would say mostly Erica. But yeah. I think how do I want to play this? I think I like this. We're not going to make use of this. We're just doing it for codexing. Question is, do I want to hit here? I think I will. Obviously, if the 4 energy Terminator comes down, it's like I'm kind of going to get punished either way. But yeah, Calcius and Gabriel. It's true. Machine gunning away. So yeah, I do want to try that, Tyler, because that's a nice little addition. Ecclesiarch, good to see you, buddy. See, I love Varro. I think he's pretty sweet. Okay. I think we just gather the company here. The only thing is I could just play Outrider and Codex this for the Avenging Zeal, and then I've got like Calcius next turn. I think this is slightly better, especially because this retains the stats now. Just grab one more strat. I could have smited there too, because I've kind of got everything I need, especially because of Avenging Zeal, but what was that? Wages. Okay. Yeah, wages is good. We definitely want to pressure them as hard as we can. Wages with Redemptor is really scary. Alright, well, I'm just going to run out Calcius. We've just got the awkward 8s here, unfortunately, but I think it'll end up helping us win the game either way. play Throne and Liberty. That's the game that BJ was playing, I think. Oh, that's funny. Small gamer content world. Nice. Okay, that was pretty sick. How many cards do I have in hand? Do I need this for codexing? I could play this out. Is there a benefit to me playing it out? Not really. Okay. Alright, so if this is Redemptor, it's not that big a deal because... Okay. Alright, we're just going to slam our stratagems the next few turns. And, I mean, hopefully they don't rip their invulnerable stuff. Not like we can do anything about that. So. Lord, I'm addicted. Yeah, I actually recently discovered Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and I haven't played an auto battler in years, really, and I've actually been super sucked into that. I don't know if anyone plays that, but it's pretty fun. Like once you sort of like get the lay of the land, you can kind of see the combos and stuff. It does feel a little pay to win though, because you can only unlock certain characters if you pay. I'm just doing free to play, but it's been pretty fun. Hearthstone itself I'm not super into, but the Battlegrounds is a fun little kind of semi-mindless game. Oh, Tyler, I've heard of that. Okay. I think I should try that. Okay. Yeah. I generally haven't been huge on games like that, but I literally just picked it up like over the weekends because I was I don't know. I had a friend who was teaching me a little bit about Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra. All right, which buffs should we use here? I think this will do the trick. Yep. Yeah, Tyler, do you play Bazaar? Be interested to hear about it. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'll cut the librarian. Yeah, I do think all of this like face damage is just really obnoxious to deal with. Yeah, let's I don't know, keep plugging on this until I get a little bored. And then do you guys want to see like Genestealer stuff? Or would you like to see Sylar? Oh, it's not out yet. Okay. Yeah. I would love to. Auto battlers I definitely enjoy as free to play for the most part. I mean we've got Tellian, we've got Tack Insight. Yeah, I think this is just a keep. Soul looks good. Sylar is scary though. This guy can be incredibly explosive with damage swings. Okay, I got a vote for Sylar out of Shamil there. Yep, there it is. Yep. Blasting turn one. Just get blasted. Alright, we're still gonna fish for Zeal, at least for this turn. We're definitely not the aggressor in this matchup at all. So we're not gonna be trading health. It's a great opening for them. It's why you don't really need 2-drops either, right? Because just back-to-back Warlord ability being excellent. Um, it's a bit of a risk to either one of these, but I'll just play out the Outrider. This is scary. I mean, having Humanity Shield is definitely huge, but okay, 3 to my face. Yep. That's true. Like we are going to get a lot of Genestealers very soon. No, I think we'll just play out Coronas. Right, because I can go Telion into Firstborn next turn, and that'll be pretty good, depending on what they do here. You have to feed the cat tower. My Bluebell is like right next to me on her little cat tower, just fully curled up in the sun. Are they going to try and salvage this? I wouldn't, personally. Especially if you've got the Venom Crawler, which is going to be a massive pain. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see if we can turn the tempo a little bit here, though. So I want to get Firstborn down. Oh, I can actually get any of the 3-drops down, too. Maybe I get Sergeant down? But I can also fish for Avenging Zeal here. I think Firstborn is going to be more valuable. Oh, ho, ho, ho. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're kind of living the dream here. Flegment or Flegmet. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Backpackers Battles is greater than Bazaar. Oh, I've seen Backpack Battles too. I've never really played it though. All right. Well, in typical Chaos fashion, they can clear everything out here. Back to square one, but still got the Calcius. And I could go for the Oath of the Moment. I don't know how worth that is though. Eight health is a lot to clear though. But the question is like, will I want this later? Man. It's really tempting, but if I get like an Assault Doctrine or something, I think holding the high factor a little bit longer is more worth it for me. Okay, there's the Venom Crawler. Jeez, yeah, this is gonna be tough. I probably gonna have to Humanity Shield this turn. Actually, almost definitely we will. So I think, oh man, this is tough. So if I go Impulsor, I almost don't want to go Impulsor because I'd really like to fish for Doctrine or something like that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Okay. Yes. Yes. I think this is the way. But if this gets, you know, They don't need much to still stabilize, but I think that's the best we can do. I just hope that our smite can maybe get there. All right, Kelsey's still standing a little bit. Pops off his last shot. That's it? No way. No way. I can't believe we won this game. Humanity Shield. Just, I mean, if they had their Humanity Shield, that would have been pretty good too. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, these games have been really good. I kind of want to see Gadriel before we stop, but just haven't seen him yet. Not bad, not bad. This deck is so much fun to play, folks. Like, if you kind of like a lot of decisions and you're at all a Space Marine fan, like this deck is really fun to play. Okay. Let's see what Safa's got for us. I mean, this is all, we're going first. This is all fine. I'm going to keep this. I don't really want to roll. The thing is, if I pick Stump Overspill, it doesn't really affect the Safa combo decks that much. Just going to go normal conditions. Generally, oh, I played against DDG earlier. Generally, as long as I can have... Okay, there's Gadriel. Yes, we summoned him. If I can stock my hand with good cards, even if they choke me out a little bit on Sabotage, I think this is more of... I actually couldn't tell if this was combo or Sabotage. I think generally it's still fine, though. What performs really well into this is Sylar, because it's just very energy-efficient stuff. Speaking of, I think we're just going to run out the Outrider. I don't love playing Sergeant on an empty board. I'd rather play this. Okay, it's probably a backstab. Yep. Which is fine. It's really tempting to just chuck this out of my deck. I'm not going to lie. Or chuck this out of my hand. But I don't think that that's correct. This is the least impactful one that they have. So I think we will just run out the Sergeant. Keep on chugging because can't really do anything with our ability. Okay, there's the network. That's fine. We're on board. And it's, again, not really... Okay, this is going to be poison, probably. Yeah. Okay, so this is Sabotage. I'm a lot less scared of this, to be honest. Taking 1 damage is also not that bad. What are my other options? I think I'm just going to take it. I think I just do this. I hit for 4. Everything takes 1. Next turn I'm probably forced to play this out of my hand. But on the off chance that this lives, then I'll definitely be able to Tactical Insight. Okay. Probably not now. Yeah, we do. We do, Shamila. You know, it's not a direction I love for the game. But if you're going to give it to some, then you got to give it to more ones. That's for sure. Okay, well, the math is awkward. They at least have to sink 2 attacks into this. And then they'll probably clear here. And then, honestly, next turn, it's probably just double Poison Supply out of my hand. I have to spend the time to toss these. Alright. And then, I don't know, maybe gauge roll. Okay, underground network again. Okay, communications is less bad. Supplies, pretty bad. Ah, damn, the Italian would have been so good. I'm just going to run this out. Try and keep applying pressure. We've got the doctrine, right? Like, we have enough, I think, gas in our hand to hopefully get there. Oh. That's less good for us. If it just hits me, that's... Yeah, okay. Not great. Not great. Alright, well. Our work is simple. Just try and kill him. Climbabus is good. Yeah, and I don't get my hero power, which is actually super relevant. Alright, I think I do, unfortunately, have to toss some of these out. And I am going to play the scout again out of my hand. In an effort that maybe Smite would close things out if we can draw our ability. Not a great position, though. Nice. Okay, I was going to say, I'm like hoping they don't have enough, but okay. Man, that sabotage build is probably very good into any non-tempo deck. That was a nasty curve. Let's see if we can get 3,200, and then maybe we'll switch over. But I think what's great with Varro is you can stack your hand with good stuff, so that even if they try and brick your draws, you've got enough to close things out. Because they can't really defend themselves, right? So all we got to do is just like get on board and just try and, you know, force them to sit there taking it. The Valro match. Oh, they have the Forge 50? Oh my god, I'm so jealous, actually. These cases are beautiful. I like my cases too, though. It's like one of the few cosmetics I actually paid for. I'm just gonna go normal here. Alright, we're on the play, which is definitely worse. Oh my god, my buddy, Space Marine. Yeah. Alright, well. May the best Avenging Zeal player hit their Yes. Let's go. Oh, hey, Doom. How are you, buddy? Oh. All right. Let's get to work, shall we? Unless I'm like really falling behind on life, I'm definitely going to pressure their life total. It's pretty worth it. Okay, it's annoying. Take the 3.
It's time to scour this battlefield.
Okay. We're still up tempo, which is good. You know, we're playing the threats, they have to answer them. That attack basically equalizes the life totals. Got Avenging Zeal coming. Probably 7 energy. Which is pretty sick.
Your defiance will end under Ultramar's steel.
Huh. Okay. I mean, that's pretty annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I'm going to save these two. Potentially. Oh, but is that even worth it? I should just play this out on curve, shouldn't I? Yeah. I think so. It's really tempting not to, but I don't think that that's the way. Well, we've got two of the most powerful stratagems in our hand for any game we're playing as Varro, so that's pretty good. Pretty dang good. Also, if you have not subscribed on YouTube, we are 1 subscriber away from 900, which is pretty sick. So, if you've been saving that up, please consider doing that. All right, so I think. Okay, so they have an answer for Calcius then. I don't know what it is. Oh, is it just... Okay. I mean, that's... that's pretty cool with me. Is there a way that I can play this for free? I don't think so, right? Because I can do Impulsor plus this Tack Insight. It'll get 4 triggers. Afterward? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Okay, so then we do this plus Insight plus Reaver. And that should be about it. Yep, that would do it. Whew. Whew. Why not Impulsor plus Tactical? Oh, Shamil, so the reason I really wanted to Tactical on with Calcius out, so I was trying to think about if I'd rather just run the Calcius out and hope it lives and then go off, or that was the other option, I think. And I didn't know what they were playing, so I was like, okay, I could go Impulsor plus Tactical Insight, but if they've got, double Stormraven or Stormraven plus something, that mops it up pretty well. I figured Calcius would be the more problematic unit on 6 energy to deal with, which thankfully turned out to be the case. Well, just in the sense that they weren't able to clear it. But I think it's close there because, yeah, obviously I get a huge army if I go Tactical Insight with 2 Impulsors on the board. So, yeah, I don't know. That just wasn't my instinct. I should maybe think about that a little bit more. Oh, yeah, Tyler, I heard about this because the company that hosts Snap is also a part of that Supreme Court decision. Oh yeah, Shamil, of course, with Avenging Zeal. Yeah, I think it's my brain biasing towards the face damage off of Calcius rather than the likelihood that all the troops are going to see the next turn. But I do think it's pretty tough by energy 8 that they would have all of the tools to get rid of that. So I think your play is correct. I think you're right. KF, you don't have to do that. That's okay, buddy. Nah, just in case there was anyone here who has not subscribed to the YouTube. Yes, I did, Tyler. This is the final version from what you were saying. The 2 Calcius plus Gager. I mean, I think this is right because this deck can really pump out a lot of you want Codex combos. And the damage combos, obviously Calcius is more reliable with the damage to Warlord. But Gaedril's also, I could see, being good. And Librarian's kind of a holdover from needing more card advantage. And it's going to be... I've played some grindy Asmodai games where I wish I had a little bit more. But other than that, you know, you really don't need... I think you're right about that edit. So thank you for sharing that. Well, this is going to be a little tougher, I think. Okay. I mean, the sergeants are kind of annoying for the stealth stuff.
What is yet to come is for us to decide.
Alright, I am going to hold off on this. I think I want to try a different play pattern. Okay, well, Doctrine's good. I could try and race them, but I think we want to be as healthy as possible for this. So. Yeah, Tyler, I completely agree. Out of the sort of, builds that are out there, this definitely makes the most sense. I'm going to trade a little health when we're on board. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, if we can get like 1 or 2 more wins to get to 3,200, that's a great stopping point. Carnifex, yeah, the classic. Okay, well. So we can ping, then 3, so I can clear this. The double Codex. I think that's worth it. Because that's going to become a problematic unit. Just one of the scariest things they can do on the draw. But I think that's necessary. Alright, double Doctrine is good. We just got to get there. Tyler, do you know when Bazaar comes out? Is there any word on that? I was going to say, this play is pretty sus. But, okay, so they probably have second Gargoyle. Just going to drop the Impulsor. It's awkward to have the Firstborns here, but maybe we hit, like, something that enables them. We'll see. But they might just be stranded in our hand, unfortunately. Oh, January. Oh, okay. So maybe this month. Okay. Is this hardened biology? Okay. Stealth? Okay. It's like interesting sequencing. If they have Rapacious, I'm going to be very, very sad. But if they don't, they're going to be in a big world of trouble. This gets hosed by Rapacious anyway. I think we just do it. most hype for me is the upcoming raid and hopefully the roadmap. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's always exciting, definitely, to see the new stuff. Yeah, roadmap. I think we're all we're all like, where is it? What's gonna happen? Huh. Well, Nerd Tyrant is potentially game winning, so that's bad. I can kill it though, but I'm gonna take a lot of damage to do that. And I don't think that's gonna help me win the game, to be honest. Alright, here's what I'll do. Do I shield myself here? I think so. I think I have to not care about my units. I think I just gotta live to see Doctrine. This saves me potentially 3 health. This is a really scary position to be in, though. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. No stratagems to go off with. That's very, very good. No-brainer decision right here. The thing is, this is a hell of a lot of damage, right? On 21, I hit them down to 15. I'm gonna have to hit Moment of or Humanity Shield. I think I have to dig for that next turn to have a shot. We'll see. Could still be very dead. Hey, Stelma. I recognize your name. What's up, buddy? Haven't played since the balance patch. I think the meta is a lot healthier. Oh god, yep. Yeah, I think Dark Angels, specifically the Azrael builds, saw a couple nerfs, but is generally still very strong. I think that's the deck to beat now. Sisters is kind of like, solidly tier 2 now. But then there are a bunch of other tier 2 decks that like are here that didn't exist before. So like Varo, Sylar, Genestealer Combo, or even Genestealer Tempo. I think Tyranids are in a decent place right now also. I mean, what if I just... Can I live through the 2 armor? It's 4... I mean, I think I just have to send it here, right? Like, if they've got an outright, it'll double... It won't do double ephemeral. This would be 6 or 7. Plus 7, so that's 5. That's 10. Plus 3. It's 13. Plus 1. I mean, if they have anything, I think we're dead. But if I don't hit Humanity Shields and I Doctrine here, I think it's just over. So, yeah. I think we just send it and hope it's enough. We'll see. GSC's Primarch. Oh no, Primarch I have not seen at all. I think it doesn't really function. I don't... I haven't actually tried testing with it. I think maybe it'll see some more... Like if ambush stuff sees support in the reinforcement, maybe. But otherwise I don't think so. Alright, if they don't have any melee buff or attack buff here, I think we're alive. Five from Genestealer. 3 or 4 there. Yeah, okay, wow. Jesus. That was freaking close, man. Freaking close. Alright, let's try and get that last dub, shall we? Get the 3,200, feel good about that number. And then, yeah, let's play some Sylar after this. I still want to see if my build is actually good. I think Buggy and I kind of arrived at a similar place with it. Generally, I think Void Combat's pretty good here. So I think that's what we'll go for.
What is yet to come is for us to decide.
Hey, RD. Assault Doctrine is is quite the card, especially in this build. And there it is. Speak of the devil. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm sure GSE is going to be probably, you know, high on the top on the tier 2 list underneath Azrael with the reinforcements. Like it's already a pretty decent faction. I think it just gets better, right? What do I want to do here? I could play Firstborn and Codex it. But I kind of want to see if I can get this like going at some point. I could Sergeant, which will likely trade with stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is probably still just like good enough. We definitely have to be the aggressor in this matchup. That much I know. I could definitely see how Primarch could be Cancer with Sabotage. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I do think that there's potential there. I think it's not really come to fruition yet. So this is interesting. I could Outrider plus Oath. Doesn't really do anything, though. Well, it keeps its health in a decent... You know what? I think this is a decent spot to do this, actually. Just have to trade some health with this unit. The next turn I could potentially get Firstborn plus shields. Okay, sure. Five energy could be a lot of things, right? I think I'm down to just play these two out. If it's the teleporter, it sucks. Probably kill this, but then we can maybe do something with the Firstborn. Okay, sure. It's not a huge problem. Oh, I could just Reaver and clear this. It lines up really well. I could also use my face, but or we hold this till we have like Avenging Zeal potentially. That's a long ways away. I think I will just try and draw a strap here though. Oh, that's funny. Now we just get to kill it for free. Love it. Love it. And I'm going to keep this as healthy as I can. I think Sergeant actually does quite a bit into armor. Okay, yeah. Figured we'd see a Terminator at some point. Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, let's McCrag. Oh man, do we play Calcius, or it might just be better to Impulsor plus a bunch of procs? I actually think that's a little better. This also has flank, right? Just grab another strat, or we could grab Smite. I think it's still probably better just to do this. Ooh. And the other tactical insight. Damn. Almost lived the dream here. This is still just a full clear. So let's do that. Alright. Pretty good spot. Yeah, I think Sylar is viable now. Yeah, I think he's definitely a viable unit that or Warlord. Like, you could really not play him before. And now he actually has some of the most explosive damage potential out of Chaos. So I think you rock double Murderous Desires in his build, and it's pretty insane. Oh, this is pretty straightforward. Oh, I should have cleared this first to get the 1 damage here. There's no reason to... Oh, I missed out on a point. It's not good, Tim. Don't need to do that. Yeah, the Abaddon's Chosen starting in your hand with Sylar is it's definitely impactful. Oh, I hate this unit. It's so annoying to interact with. But we've got the Humanity Shield. This is just like a pretty insane position to be in. But if they have Vanguard, that's where things get sketchy. So we can deal 6 with 6. That's, yeah, maybe we can potentially kill them. So let's do that. And that will do it. Let's go. RD. Honestly, I think I've gotten comments like that. Dude, you misplayed once. What are you doing? I was like, you come over here and stream and try and be interactive while playing and play perfectly. That was funny. All right, nice. We just got like an easy 200 points with this on stream, so that's pretty sick. Where are we at on the? Not that I care too much about the faction leaderboards. Cool. I was gonna say I've run into Devil Day quite a bit. Barrack I haven't really seen playing, but I see Jacob all the time, and Russian Soul, seen them quite a bit. I wonder what these folks are. The Chinese folks are running. Interesting. Okay, that's probably enough Varo for everyone. But for real, this deck just continues to impress me. Shout out to Tyler for the Gauge Rail change. I think that is definitely right. And I think you can build this probably a lot of ways, but I really like this sort of like aggro codex combo. I feel like it's... And then you just get to play Assault Doctrine later, and it's so hard to punish that unless you're the stun warlords. So, yeah, and Stelma, it was not hard to get here. I had one play session where I went 20-1 with Varo after the patch, and went from 2,500 to basically 3K, like I think a little bit under. It's like 400 points in like a couple hours. And then this, I mean, we just did 200 points. Obviously, we got to play against some high tier players, which is great too, because we farm more points. But yeah, I mean, this deck, you want to be precise with it, but I think I mean, if this deck can consistently beat Azrael, which it has for me, that's a really huge bump in power level, in meta relevancy. Um, because Azrael is just so consistent and so good at what it does, right? Of like, you have to pressure him out of getting to 9 energy, where you got to worry about like one of the best 9 drops in the game. All the while they are playing, good mid-range units, but their mid game is softer now, and I think that's kind of the weakness. Their early and mid is kind of like, their early game is decent because they have all the flankers, but I think that where Ezreal is kind of soft is that like 5 energy to 7 energy ish range. And if you're able to like really keep the pressure going to the point where, especially if they don't hit their 5 energy Vanguard, because that unit really buys them a lot of time, the Deathwing Knight. So, but yeah, this meta is looking pretty good. This deck feels great. Let's play some Sylar. You guys can tell me. I think the biggest knock against this deck is that it just will have awkward starts. When you start the game and turn 1 or 2, you're able to Diabolic Strength and or Infernal Gaze, the deck pulls really far ahead early. And then the trick, obviously, is using Murderous Desires with things like, Warp Talon's always a classic. But even with your ability, Sylar can become a threat himself that you can Murderous Desires. Obviously, if Noise Marine, gets a good start, that counts for a lot. But the thing is, in this kind of deck, you do need to run more 3-drops, like Veteran Legionary. You just need good stats to be able to pop the Dark Packs that you get off his ability onto. And this is kind of like a lower mid-range-y version. I still think Traitor's Hate is exactly what this deck wants most of the time as well. So I think you still get to run that. But I'm only running 1 Spawndom because I do find this card clunky in a lot of matchups, and I think this deck can't really afford to slow up on momentum. You very much have to have your gas on, your foot on the gas pedal at all times. Otherwise, the deck the wheels fall off a little bit. Yeah, Stelma, I don't love the whole rubric combo. I'm sure that can be pretty decent. I just don't like that sort of play style, but that's just me. So, go out and do what you love, But yeah, I've only played with Sylar for Chaos this season, so we got up to 29-36. Love to do a bit of climbing with him today. That would be great. And and test things out. I've kind of missed the Hell Brutes at points. I think that unit, when you're playing mid-range, tempo is really annoying because it really needs so much work to get it off the board. And it's another thing that if you just have, the Abaddon's Chosen or whatever else, like, it just is such a problem. But it is costly and it can be awkward, and I think you generally want the curve of this deck to be lower. Okay, well, generally I think this matchup is good for us. This is all good. I would like a 3-drop, though. And I'd like to see Warp Talon later. So I think... Okay, great. Gallon's Champion, perfect. There's like an argument to taking Void Combat, right? Because I could use my ability in the early turns to snowball. And also we do run quite a bit of stratagems. Let's try. I actually haven't played this matchup a ton. I think I've maybe won it like 2 or 3 times. I think Sylar can do better than 3K would be my guess. I don't know how much better, but yeah. So here we've essentially traded 5 for 2, which is like gore drain numbers, which is pretty good. Okay, sure. Get to ping us back here a little bit. Of Caliban. And all my numbers for this season is only against players, no bots. So I think that's also a nod that these decks are good enough. Yeah, so this is where you know, your ability is kind of a brick. But we'll just play the 3-drop. It's totally fine. Still gonna hit them. Get an additional 4-drop, which is solid. Legacy of Vengeance has definitely gone down a little bit. I'm not sure I should be running 1 copy. It's kind of a card I'm thinking about cutting. So we'll see. Yeah, I would do what they're doing. Just trade these. Use your ability. Oh, okay. Sure. That's a good outcome as well. Man, that hurts. That hurts, man. This is pretty awkward. I think the easiest thing to do here is... Oh, okay. Hit there, use our ability. I don't love our spot. I usually would love to have the units developed on 4, but it is what it is. We're still dealing a ton of damage to their face, which is what you need to do. Okay. This is a wee bit awkward.
Nothing lasts forever.
Huh. I don't love this, but I think... Yeah, I was going to say... Not like we're going to get a ton of value here, right? What's the best thing I can do? Just make it annoying. Okay. Let's trade here. Like, I could have zealoted and then, like, used Abaddon's Chosen on Zealot, hope it pings here, ping the shield off. But, like, it's pretty bad.
The hunt never ends. Duty compels us forward.
Alright, well, that's not good. This unit's really important for the mid game. When they don't have it, it's a much smoother ride. Hey, Green Knight, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Alright, well, I can get this to 6 and just take the trade. God, that sucks, though. This really sucks. But I don't think there's a better line here. I think I'm still hitting. It's getting a little dicey, but if we draw our invulnerability, then this gets good for us. We're just chilling today. Grey Knight did some nice climbing on Varro, and now switching over to Sylar. God, this unit is so annoying. I just don't really have any flank to answer it. We sort of got like an awkward situation here. I guess I can ping off the shield and then maybe hosts. and hope I find something. I could easily die here, but
Nothing lasts forever.
all right, I could make this. You know what? I think it's probably a little bit better. I give this. Okay. Question is, do I take this shield off? Because if they remove this, then I'm probably dead, right? I go to 11. Yeah. I don't think I can afford to. Oh man. Yeah, we just didn't really have momentum in this game, unfortunately. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to stabilize. Oh god, yeah, even worse. Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, this is potentially 10 right here. Yeah. 11, yeah. Let's go to 2. Alright. So this, I mean, this is to fully roll this to have a shot at living here. I don't really have any other options. Yeah. Oh, the ping got there. Oh my god. Okay. We're probably still dead to literally anything, but maybe we get another turn. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that game played out so weirdly. I'm trying to think of what I could have done differently. It was really the 4 energy turn that was awkward. To try and get rid of the buffed unit. That sort of set the tempo up for them. I don't know. Maybe I just play out my 4-drop with 6 health. Maybe that's what I do there. I'm just gonna ship this all back. Okay. I just need to see a 3-drop. That's something we definitely want to see. I could like bombardment or something. I still don't love doing that though.
The warp flows through me, and it will be your doom.
Love seeing the psychic ability or the bash ability early. It's so good. Such a nice little head start. Okay, well, I would love if we get the +2. Yes. That lines up perfectly. I still am not a huge fan of Scout Bike, but if you get to play it on 2, it is a good card. It's just terrible outside of that. Interesting. Another awkward turn where I'd love to play a 4-drop but don't have one. I guess I'm just possess marining this turn.
Nothing lasts forever.
Part of me wants to play champion, give it the Abaddon's chosen. It's got 6 health, they have to attack into it, and it's annoying. And then I can maybe mop up whatever happens next turn. I don't want to give that thing a Dark Pact. So, alright. I think it's close, but probably Gowron's saving the Abaddon's Chosen is wiser. Okay, Stella. Yeah, I mean, they're probably you could try doing combo. I don't know how consistent that would be. But who knows? Just gonna play out Bringer. I've had some pretty solid success with this deck. I think that it's like his ability is still random. There's still going to be some level of randomness that you can't really account for, which is probably the biggest knock against it. Okay, so I could just straight up trade with Possessed. This is going to clear it on its own, though. I think let's do this. And then I could heal. And then give this regen. Just play Legionary. I think I'll just do this. Yeah, Shamil, he has been playing Sylar quite a lot. He posted some deck, or I think at least a deck list out there. I'm basically running the same thing, I think, minus the Warlord buff card. So I probably should just cut that for something else. But yeah, it is random. It can be obviously quite strong. Okay, interesting that they chose to do it that way. I mean, this is 7... this is 13, right? Yeah. More than enough. Yeah, I'll cut this card. The reason I liked the Legacy of Vengeance is it can pair well with Murderous Desires, but it's just like another kind of awkward stratagem that you can't curve out. Let's refer to the pros, shall we say? Yeah, he's running 2 Hosts of Chaos, and I'm not. So, all right, we'll try that. Let's give it a whirl. I just find Hosts of Chaos sometimes very awkward, but I think it's less awkward than the other thing. I also was playing around with a 1 of Skeins of Fate here and there, but I think it's also a bit gimmicky. Yeah, you can snowball early. That's true. I find that doesn't happen so often. But yeah, you can just like make a unit that's pretty hard to get rid of. And then you're pretty screwed. Sylar v Sylar. Okay. Keep the... We're on the draw. I don't really want hosts on the draw. Okay. That's a good hand. And I think we're going to want the Hellfire Pit. Now that this is 0 is pretty nice.
Flows through me, and it will be your doom. I am the enlightened one. I serve the dark gods.
See if our ability can help us clear this. Let's try and hit. Nice. Save this.
I cannot do that.
Chill, Sylar, chill. Good strength. Pretty good. Just gonna run out the Noise Marine. I love his red beam. That's why I do the the ranged animation sometimes. It's the simple things that I like in Warpforge. Okay. Yeah. Oh god, the 3. I feel like this rolls 3 so much more often now. I think it's probably just warp talent. No, let's do this. Get our value. Speaking of 3, it's tempting to warp talent, but this is generally better played later to combo with hosts or murderous desires, especially if they play their own. It really sucks. Yeah, the plasma shots are good too. That's true, Tyler. Oh, what? I actually want to test this. What just happened? Mr. Zombie. Alright. So confused. Alright. Guess sometimes you get your win like that. Weird. Get Space Marines. It's actually close. It used to always be Hellfire's Torch to play around Retribution. It's actually probably still good in this matchup. Oh, it's Jacob. I wonder if he's running the Codex build. He has a really cool Aetherius build too. I think it's probably a bit of a I don't know how much you can grind with it, because it's got to be pretty ideal to do what it needs to do. You just hate rolling this on 2. It's just so bad. But you have a 66% chance on turns 1 and 2 to hit the ability you want. So yeah, BJ, I agree. I think this meta is just, kind of far healthier. Oh, I do want to clear this. All right, well, we're just gonna do a bit of damage to ourselves here, but I think that's kind of worth it. Got the Venom Crawler, which is great. Probably just run out Chosen next turn. Yeah, there's a ton more variety this season. That is without a doubt. Ooh. And this is why you run these 3 drops, because now I could play this, but I could just also get the Infernal Gaze value. And I think that's just worth delaying my 4-drop for. And I could Hellfire Torch here. I could. It's actually not a bad spot to, because I've got the Abaddon's Chosen for the Venom Crawler later, and I can maybe snowball this unit a little bit. Do we need, just a flanker plus a little bit more work? I think this ends up being worth it. We'll see. Okay. That guy's annoying, but it's not going to answer this unit very well. Ooh, and we get to take advantage of unhallowed gifts too. So I still need to attack this, right? Because I can give this +2. That's 6. Yeah, still need to attack it. But then I can give this regen. and play the Legionary. I think that's probably worth it, right? Pretty good. Getting a good amount of card advantage out of our ability. Guys, I'll take a quick break after this, run some ads, and run to the bathroom. But yeah, I think we'll stick with Sylar for a little bit, and then I might end with some Genestealers. Because I haven't played them for like a couple seasons, really, so I've had fun revisiting them. Alright. I was running point blanks and stuff, okay. I don't really run those. I mean, we're in an excellent position. It's pretty reasonable to just slam Drachni in here, which I think I will. Just clear this, because why not? Now I've got desires. Oh, hey, Brixton. Welcome to the chat. Would you mind showing an orc deck before break? Been gone about 3 months. That's the only faction I have. Yeah, sure. I'll be real with you. My most updated deck is Gordrang. I don't know if you have that Warlord. He was added in the reinforcement quite a while ago, but I don't know if you missed him. I think Gordrang is pretty solid as this kind of aggro build that's been developed over the meta recently. But I was actually revisiting Gruck just to see, and it felt pretty good. So I can show that build too. I was going to say, they've got to have Humanity Shields here. Alright. I got to make sure I don't die. It's probably through Helldrake. It's my other option. I mean, I have to clear this, so I'm either taking 6 to do that, or I could take 4. And this allows me to heal. I don't care if they retribution this. I think what I care about is getting Assault Doctrine. Right? So if they hit me with Assault Doctrine... No, but then they're kind of dead to that too. I think it should be fine either way. Because we've got the Desires and we've got Helldrake. Yeah, I think maybe I'm supposed to give this camo, actually. But, okay. Okay, they're going to shield. Yeah? Maybe that was a misplay. Huh. Yeah, I think I misplayed that. I think that was not correct. I like doing this more. I could easily die here, but I have to take the shield off. Yeah, I got you, Brixton. I'm happy to look at some of my favorite orc builds, which is really just Gordrang, aggro, and Gruck mid-range. Yeah, so I should have thought about the math there. I was at 9. So what kills me from 9? It would have had to be double death, so which I couldn't have done anything about. So yeah, I just should have camoed on Venom Crawler and the game's over. Because they can't kill it. They have to play to the board. And then I've got Helldrake likely plus that, or plus Murderous Desires. Okay, and then they go for shield on themselves. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, we almost messed this up, to be honest. So, learn my lesson there. If I'm dead, I'm dead, and otherwise I should just play how I usually would. GG's, Jacob. I feel like I see him on the ladder all the time now. We've squared off many a time. Okay, so before I go on break, definitely want to honor Brixton's request. So, it's been a while, but I have a deck guide up for this, and I generally really liked it in one of the more boring metas, which was last month, where it was basically just Sisters and Dark Angels. You know, obviously the big strength of the deck is just going super hard on face. Like, essentially you are playing everything in this deck through your Warlord. You're even using attack squigs as like CC essentially to like take something out, like a unit that you can't really afford to deal with, or it's pinging their face. And you know, you're leaning into it fully with proper killy, 2 of them, especially paired with Makari. You're gonna kill them at usually 12 to 14 health, or 10 to 14, somewhere in there. 10 if you don't have Makari, 12 if you do. And then obviously you've got things like Scorch Assault to deal damage. You've also got Squig Buggy, which has the Bomb Squig that blows up. I also run a 1-of Bomb Squig. And then you've got the Warbikers, of course. So like really everything is going face. And because, which I don't know if you've seen Brixton, Gordrang was changed. Now it's +2 melee this turn, and he heals 1 for each enemy troop. So as they develop their board, right, and this was obviously pretty decent into Junith, even though Junith was still just bonkers last season. They're going to try and, you know, put pressure on the board, but then you get to heal while they're on the board and just keep swinging. So it is quite powerful. Like, when this change came around, it made this Warlord a lot more viable. So if you have not gotten to swing away with Warboss Gordrang and his Choppa, it's pretty fun. You get really hard countered by stun, but it's not unwinnable into Eldar, because there are some points where they can't afford to stun you, or you can draw out the game with Grizzled Scarboy, which did get nerfed, but is still pretty good. It's now only +1 health for each damaged enemy instead of +2. Because at some points, too, you can just get to Will of Gork. And, like, you know, when you get to 10, 11, 12 energy, if the game actually goes that long, you get to heal and then wipe their board. So it's still just a really, you know, they have such good control tools, especially no mucking about. This is really the best removal into Dark Angels, which are really strong, because they play these kind of big armored units, and no mucking about just doesn't care, right? This is also really good into Chaos still. So I think you can get, I got to like 3,200, 3,150 last month with Gordrang, and that was in a really, really bad meta. So honestly, I haven't picked up a 4th faction. I've just been playing Ultramarines, Chaos, and Genestealers. If I pick up a 4th, it could be this. There might be some tweaks, like sometimes I toy with having a 2nd boss knob. Sometimes I toy with like changing the bomb squig to something else, like maybe another flanker. I think I recently switched to double Snazwagon because this unit specifically plays well into some of the Terminators out of the Dark Angels. But yeah, I wouldn't change too much about this deck. It's pretty great. Yeah, exactly, Brixton. You can just adjust it as you go. But this is a great place to start. I have a video up on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out if you want to. But honestly, it's pretty straightforward. I would say a very easy deck to pilot. One that takes a little bit more skill, and in my opinion, is still one of my all-time favorites. Oh no, did I delete it? No, I don't know. I didn't. Call this Gruk Delver for the Magic players. If you remember Delver of Secrets. I think about this deck as like one of my favorites because it's like this aggro control deck where you're pulling particular units. You're able to present a lot of different types of threats and a lot of different types of responses. And so this was actually a favorite deck of BJ's, I think, for a while too. I think I ran it once or twice and it felt pretty fine. Like I think you could probably do pretty well with this build. You could obviously tweak it too. It looks very similar, right? But I think having the artist nails, you're also running Storm Boys because obviously these get buffed. Gretchen Mob I think is a decent kind of like stall card that also benefits from artist nails. But you're still running the proper killing. You're running Pyromaniacs. You've got the War Bikers. You've got all the heal and removal and flank. It's just a different flavor. Obviously, this does better into some matches versus, Gordrang. So, like, Gordrang gets shut down by stun. This doesn't, right? Because you're just using your ability to thin your deck and draw and buff those troops. You're usually doing that turn 1, turn 2. And then on 4, you start kind of getting rolling. What I used to love about this deck is like they develop a troop, great, I get to punish with no mucking about. They don't develop something, great, I'm going to heal myself, give myself armor with Scarboy. Develop something, great, I'm going to squig buggy and wipe the board. Or there's like, it feels like a deck that when you play it well, you can kind of punish whatever your opponent's doing. And I've really liked that. So this is another kind of style you could play. Value from the value from this warlord is massive. And I haven't really played much Gazgulf for a long time, but I think you could still make viable stuff with him. This was BJ's kind of full control list, right? You're running Rock Invasion. You're running Crump to Gits because then that can turn on your Rock Invasion. Honestly, I think a lot of this could be viable. I was running the Burner Boy package in this too with Spanner when it was like the full control. So you're just like wiping the board, healing, punishing them, and then Rock Invasion is usually going to be your win condition. You've got Archshell Gurk as well. I just don't really like control decks for the most part, as most people know who watch any of my content. I like mid-range, I like combo, I like aggro, but I kind of wore myself out playing control in Magic for like 10 years. And just never have really gone back. So I don't know. You could run this if you like that. Oh, and then I've never really played with Zagstruck, but he did get a change to his ability being cheaper. So now it costs 1 energy. So like you could also play like boss control. I think is pretty good. You could play this aggro like Gordrang, but I just think it's worse. Right? Because yes, you've got the armor to buffer your life total when you use Worst Temper, but Gordrang's ability is just better. Which sucks because they both occupy a similar space for Orcs. But I think after Gordrang's buff on the ability, it just got so much better. It's a really resilient warlord that gets to play aggro. It's pretty nasty. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. So you have a couple ideas there. And honestly, I don't think much has changed for the Orcs because we haven't seen a lot of changes. I don't think we've seen them in patch notes for... It's probably been like 3 or 4 seasons since they got tweaked at all. But I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, run some ads. And then I think we'll play a little bit more Sylar, see if we can... What are we at? I'd love to see if we could at least get 3K. So we'll maybe try for that, and then move on from there. Maybe do some. I think I'll maybe end with some GSC just because I've had some fun playing them. But I'll be right back, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, we're back. We're back. Forgot. There's another change. What was it? That Bucky had. Oh, yeah, it doesn't run Possessed Marine. Just runs the double swap them. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get a couple of wins up to 3K here. And then Demonic Pack, there it is. I mean, Helldrake can be really nice in this matchup. It's going to come later, but I want to be curving. I think. Okay, this is. Yikes. I think I still just go normal. I mean, I'm tempted to use Sump, but I don't know how good it is in some of the builds. Alright, good. Rolled our good ability to start. Good start. Yeah, I mean, Sylar is definitely fun. BJ, I don't know if it's it's your style, general, but like I'm sure you would have fun with it. Okay, Rusted Vent. Okay. Didn't want to play it. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, I think I'm just gonna draw here. Okay. Would like to use Infernal Gaze, but didn't have my 3-drop, so. Alright, that's fine. That is unfortunate, I will say. Could also just run the Warp Talon out and not worry about it. I think I prefer to do that, actually. And then I'll play like 3-drop plus supplies next turn. Our hand's a bit crowded now, which sucks. Very annoying into GSC. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So it seems like most people are still just running Sabotage builds. So I feel like that's what I've seen the most of. Alright, I think... Oh, man. This gets more annoying, I will say. I might just... 3... I think it's still probably this, because I get to clear here. I get to hit. So I'm usually going to get one hit out of this anyway. It's awkward, but generally I like still just almost playing to ignore some of these things. We'll see how next turn looks, but I probably just slam Drachnian. Hey, WG Holder. Hey, welcome to the stream. How's Sylar doing? I feel like I'm still trying to learn him. But if you had told me Sylar would be a competitive warlord in Warpforge over the last 6 months, or honestly since ever, I wouldn't believe you. And now he is genuinely solid. Vardengast DA. Okay, cool. This is interesting. I think I'm just going for it. This is going to die. I could also kind of split the baby here and go Poison Supply and then give this, like, double regen. That seems good too, to be honest. I think I'll do that. And if they can deal with it, they can deal with it. But this also thins out our hand. So, yeah, 5 health is still... I mean, it can get cleared by the flanker. But also got the Demonic Pact, and I'm just going to try Drachnian as soon as I can. Yeah, Vardengast I haven't played in quite a while. I've actually been off Tyranids for quite a few seasons. But, yeah, I still think they have some pretty... viable builds. The thing is Swarmlord has just always been the shining light of the Tyranids besides Tervigon. Because Tervigon's consistency is like kind of medium, but its power ceiling is huge. It's also complex to play. So I think Swarmlord just ends up being the better go-to for most people, which I kind of feel the same way. All right, they're thinking over there. Like it's unfortunate, like you know, the why am I blanking on the warlord's name? Okay, is this Sanctus? No. Oh, they're gonna take this. No, okay, they do it backstab. Makes sense. All right, fair enough. So I can actually. I want to use Traitorous Hate because it's just such a good tool this turn. Leaves us with 5 energy. I don't really want them getting Propaganda. That's probably the most problematic one. Also going to take damage though. This is slightly worse for us. Got 2,800 on Terror a couple days ago. Ooh, okay. I mean, that's very good for Terror. I haven't seen much Terror around. The stun is a problem, though. That's not great. Alright, well, I think I just take the turn off. Unfortunately. It's definitely not good. It's a weird position to be in. Ramatek Nemezer, got my hands on Azrael. Yeah, Azrael is is the thing to be doing in Dark Angels for sure. I've liked some of the Ramatek decks I've seen. I think Nemezer always feels a little bit more consistent than Ramatek, but like just less power and more punishable, I feel like. Ramatek's really fun though. That's not good. Might have to pull the trigger on Demonic Pact. Oh. Alright, well. We're just going to Demonic Pact hit and then hope that we can hit with Draconian. I think that's really the only option we've got. Alright, because we can't do any X6 damage. No. Play that. And then I think playing out anything here doesn't really do anything for us, right? So, because it will die no matter what I play here. But then it will trade because of the vulnerability. So maybe that's worth it. Oh right, this doesn't get pumped. That was dumb. Whoops. Should have played the Legionary. I guess either way, it doesn't really matter because we're either gonna kill them or we're dead. I think. Thanks, Vader. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Holdar. So I think it's really because there are so many ways to punish go wide strategies, even if they're resilient. But sometimes Nemezer is able to set up. Oh damn, that's exactly what they needed. All right, well now we're really in a bad spot. We have to draw like Spawndom here. I think that's about it. So I think even though Nemezra can set up these kind of soft lock scenarios where it is really hard to get back in the game, I just think that most factions have tools of dealing with wide boards, and so it's not too hard to punish them. And with Ramatech, I think there's just a little bit more synergy with some of the stronger units. I think Damaged Hexmark is one of the better ways of kind of coming out of nowhere and turning the game or winning the game. And I think Ramatech being able to do, like, his ability, double armor can be quite good. Alright, I think we are just screwed. Right? Yeah, because then they can pick it off, everything's going to get pumped. Yeah, wow, they were just able to lock us out twice. Kind of regretting not playing this that one turn. Where we would have gotten that one hit. Yeah. I guess the only thing I can do is this. But I'm 100% dead. With Nexus on the board, it's pretty over. Yeah, no, Resorb is at its best in that deck for sure. The new legendary Necron Lord that makes a Resorb when he dies is also quite good. But yeah, damage Hexmark is, I think, the real deal. Wow, well that sucked. We just, like, I don't know if I misplayed that. I don't know. I think they just got to do the thing. The question is, like, would I want some pump against Sabotage? I think we just, like, didn't really have a great curve, to be honest. And we played Hosts, which kind of, like, choked our draw a bit. And then they were able to clear that one turn where we played the Bringer of Decay. That was really the turning point. Trying to think about what we could have done differently there, but I felt like we squeezed the most damage as we could. I don't know. I feel like most of the time I beat Sabotage, but that was not. We didn't have a 3-drop proactively. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I guess the factors were there. The conditions were there for us not to have a good curve out, unfortunately. So it is what it is. This is what I mean. You know, like I can play Varro and I feel like kind of consistently do well with it, but also I don't think I'm playing these games perfectly. So I think I just got to practice more with Sylar and really know. I think it's around the 4 to 6 energy mark. That's where you have to really be trying to set up lethal with things like Murderous Desires. We haven't really seen that card much. Okay. Alright, looks like maybe a similar scenario. I mean, Draconian's still typically is good in these matchups, but... Okay, 3-4-5 curve. I still think I'm not supposed to screw myself.
The warp flows through me,
Alright.
and it will be your doom.
Alright, good start.
All
Alright, this is a pretty ideal start for us, I think. Got our 3-drop. Next turn we can see what we want to do. Yeah, Vardenghest, especially aggro decks like that, you get punished anytime you make a misplay. Because they have such a narrow kind of like win condition. Oh, this is interesting. we've got the free Dark Pact. Problem is, if we don't play Warp Talon here, then we might not have a unit that can clear this. But it also might get extremely awkward. But either way, I think I want to set it up like this. Locust, we really want to make sure gets off the board. We definitely are a little bit hamstrung by stun with this warlord. So Cult Bearer plus familiar. Okay. All right, that's fine.
The day of ascension approaches.
This is interesting.
Nothing lasts forever.
I think we are doing that. This is such a weird. I think I just have to. I don't want to have to attack with Warp Talon like that, but there's just no way to do that better. I don't think. Well, with Vardgest, I mean like your main win condition, right, is through your Warlord's ability. Just meaning like, you know, if your talent gets shut down by the fact that you can't attack, that you do get stunned, stuff like that. It doesn't give you a ton of flexibility in terms of win con. That's okay, Holdar. I mean, I'm definitely all ears for how it works and stuff, even if you don't want to fully share it. Okay, well, Bitter Blows is pretty tempting here, especially because then we can still give this something. But we can also just play the Zealot and see what it is. It's one of those rare conditions. I think that makes sense. Okay. And then, instead of gifts, why don't we do this? Can get a lot of mileage out of this champion.
Ascension approaches.
Okay.
The grizzle bit and I have created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
Okay, so this is 10. Hold on. No, this is 6. It's 12. Plus 3 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. I know it's more than that. Yeah.
We return to the shadows.
Maybe, you know, something I'm going to try, because it's something that I habitually do, is keeping desires in my opening hand, if I get it. I have this bad habit of mulliganing things that I'm like, oh, this is so much better later. I don't want this in my opening hand. But I genuinely think it's not hard to set up lethal with desires with this deck. And unless I have 0 3-drop, I should probably keep it. Because you just get to do stuff like that. Just have lethal at 20, 21 health. You know? Oh, well, this is this is sick. Yeah, I mean, Possessed Champion is a little worse in this matchup, depending on what they play, but again, I could take like Bombardment. I don't think I care to do that. Oh, this is the guy who's at the, I think, the top of the leaderboard. Interested to see what they're playing. Let's give him the red beam. Red versus blue. My beam is stronger. Okay, there's the desires. Also got the Noise Marine, which is really nice. Tech Marine, okay. Yeah, I think some folks still play Tech Marine. I don't. It is a Codexer, and it does play well with some of the vehicles, obviously, but I generally find it really awkward.
I will see your blood flow.
Okay. Probably just playing Sorcerer, but we'll see what we draw. Interesting. Right, running Landspeeder too. Okay, interesting. Oh, Landspeeder is definitely annoying. Think I want to use my ability here. It's that or play Sorcerer.
Nothing lasts forever.
I think I'm going to play Sorcerer because if they don't have some sort of hard removal, this is the better play. Because then they just have to trade this attack with something else. Okay. Yeah, fair play. I think that the face race is at new highs now. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, there's a lot of decks that can do a lot of damage early. I think that's very true. Man, I really don't want this to live. But it's so inefficient if I spend my time trying to kill this. So I think we're just going to do this. It'll just trade with one of these. Get our 4-drop. Got the Helldrake Strike. Okay. This is a fine exchange. Ooh. Yeah. That is really nice. Gotta do the beam. That was such a good draw. This is gonna be hard for them to deal with, and then we potentially just win off desires. You know, I think I've seen people messing with some Imitech builds, but yeah, I don't know if that's possible. Okay, well, the world is our oyster here. Knock the shield off. That's 12, and then I just give it +2, +2, +2, +2, and that's much more. Yeah, so we are good, especially because you get to choose the pact with this. Alright, this should be some good points. Hopefully. Ah, there it is. The plus 40. That's what we want to see. Let's go. Yeah, Holdar, you could try it. I mean, I think Imatech was always pretty decent into Ultramarines. So I think if you're seeing a fair bit of that, it could be a route. Alright, what time is it? I should probably be wrapping things up in the next hour or so. Alright, maybe I'll stop here for now. Still feel like there's... I like playing with one-ofs here and there. It's something I've been trying more and more of to hedge or help with consistency in the sense of having more tools. Part of me just... I don't know. I feel like there's something that could improve this. I mean, sometimes I just wish I had the Hellbrute. That's kind of one unit I'm thinking about. But, yeah. I mean, I like this build. I think it's obviously doing pretty well. I think I could use some improvement on it. But, yeah. I think it's good. I mean, we ended positive, right? Yeah, I think we started at like... or our peak was like 29.30. Not a great win rate, though, today, which is not great. But... we'll keep on trucking. I think for this last portion, honestly, I kind of want to keep messing with Magus a little bit. I used to be sick of this guy, but now I think we see a lot of Safa. And Safa combo is fun, don't get me wrong. I could play that too, but I kind of wanted to try more of this slightly tuned Magus build. Yeah, Imatech's good against Jane. Yeah. Yeah, I could see a world in which Necrons have just been kind of like sitting there not really getting touched for a while in terms of balance. I feel like they could use a bit of tweaking. Orcs are kind of in the same boat. There's a lot of stuff in their faction that's pretty useless. So, yeah, why don't we do like a little bit of Magus because I'm still kind of testing this build, and then I'll maybe end with like a Safa game or two. But yeah, I'll definitely try and stream after the raid event because I don't think I'm gonna get the cards up front. But we'll see. Definitely when there's drops, I'll try and stream. Okay, next is good. I mean, Saboteur. This is kind of a nuts hand, to be honest. So just keep it. Interesting. Blackout, I think, is a bit of a trap. I could start on 3, but I think normal conditions is fine. So for this build, we actually shaved some of the old units that I used to play in this deck, and I actually end up putting more stratagems in to lean into the fact that we can get more Nexus in this deck. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting little combo. The thing is, so I love playing Specialist, but we want a 3-drop here. So I think we try and find it. Alright, well, Bear is not necessarily what I would want on 3, but solid. We're definitely not the aggressor in this matchup, so sit back for a bit. I would love a 3-drop stealth card. Okay. Oh, I can't play nothing here. I could Brood Prophet. But this kind of stops them from fully developing next turn a little bit. Right, so they'll snipe this. They'll probably toss this out and then hit me. So they don't really have a good 3-drop here. So I think that's fine to play this guy. Something I'm trying to do more of as a like getting better at Genestealers is really thinking about how the sabotages disrupt their curve. I don't know that I always thought about that. I'd kind of think about just playing it out in terms of tempo. So, watching BJ play them makes me want to be a better Genestealer player because I think he's excellent with them. Yeah, perfect ambush at 1 is a little crazy. I agree. So we could play Nexus here, but we're not going to get... I mean, we do have the ambush. So we could go Nexus into, like, Icon Bearer plus that, maybe. It's close. I could wait a turn to play this, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, well, I will take another one. Play out the Specialist. Be annoying again. Yeah. And now we'll go Nexus into Nexus plus Ambush into Saboteur, maybe? I'm also trying to one of bore through. Seeing if that's any good.
Shadows are always vigilant.
Okay. Pretty fine with that, especially because we've got a stealth unit this turn.
At the ready. The plan moves forward.
Like, let's say they try and rip the Eldritch Storm to clear this, which wouldn't be an unreasonable play. That's okay. Then we'll just slam Saboteur into Nexus the following turn. But if there's more anti-stealth in this game, it's going to so good into these sorts of strategies. This is some scary stuff here, I will say. But I think there's kind of an argument to play Saboteur here and just kind of screw this. I don't hate that. Huh.
Make haste. Our divine masters are upon us.
I don't know if I can like have lethal next turn, but it might come pretty close. I think this is better. This is like one of the few times I am sacrificing a Nexus. But I think because they have so much stealth, keeping the Saboteur alive is a lot more impactful. So I think that's what I want to do. It's a weird play, but I think it's correct. So usually you want to get your bang for your buck on Nexus, but we have an extra one. So, okay, well. Okay. The Saboteur is going to live. I am going to take a mountain of damage. So, I'm fully within range of stuff. But maybe we can turn the tide here a little bit.
At the ready. The plan moves forward.
Oh, interesting. This might come in handy. Question is, can I die if I hit here? I got a 7. Yeah, it would not be hard. Not be hard to die here. So if they have another storm, it's pretty bad for us. But if they don't, maybe a combination of Neophyte plus Nexus can get there. but I think we might just be too low. Okay, it's a good stun. Oh, and I was trying to one of open insurrection in this build too, which I think is actually pretty sick here. But I also want this hypermorph to maybe save me. So.
Make haste. Our divine masters are upon us.
Oh man, I don't know. This is really. Okay, I have to start doing stuff. I know that much. I don't think we're getting much other value here. Yeah. So they're just, if they have the sword, they have it.
The Star Children forbid it.
So maybe I do play Hypermorph? I don't know.
Strangle them like the serpent.
I don't actually know. It was I don't know what I was thinking there. I thought maybe I could get more value.
Like the spear of Cain.
Yeah, I don't think I played this well. Yeah, they didn't have him, and Nazgulef probably would have killed me with any amount of luck. All right, that was I think a little sloppy of me. I think there were probably more things I could have done to insulate myself. This looks pretty good. Leader and Saboteur are generally pretty good. Yeah, I'll just keep this. Yeah, I'll take the Rusted Vent. Some spill. Yeah, that against me, that makes sense.
Only those blessed by the Star Children will know real freedom.
Accept our gift of liberation.
Genestealer v. Genestealer.
Of the Star Children. We will grant you
They do have an 8
swiftly
damage
captivity.
kill spell on 8. If that's what you're talking about. Sure. This might be annoying. Oh, it was a bomb. Oh no. That sucks. This could survive, but probably just better. This is going to be interesting. Yep.
The Grizzle Pit and I have created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
think I just play out mine. Hit. So get the plus damage if I do that and maybe see where the ping goes.
Make haste! Our divine masters are upon us!
Probably just better to do this. I think it's close. And if they guess, they guess. But if I play with the Neophyte Initiate and play this and then ping here or something, it just gets really bad. Merrick, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Some riveting Genestealer on Genestealer action here. Get ready for this for like a week. Okay. I mean, out of all the outcomes, that's acceptable. The question is, how do I want to play this? Probably just run this out. And we'll try and play catch up with Ridge Runner or Saboteur. Double Nexus. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I see your shackles do not hinder your prowess.
I could easily just be dead here. Oh man, they get to play Sump into us. That actually sucks so hard. Yeah, I think I'm just dead, but all I can do is play this. Because I can't even, like, Sanctus backstab. So wouldn't have enough energy. Yeah, I'm sure this is lethal. 12. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a reason why Magus might be worse. Because we can't really compete in that sort of matchup. Like, that's really rough. Because, like, we're kind of playing honest, right? And then we have to deal with Sump overspill. And really all they have to do is get Nexus going. Alright, let's try and get maybe one more win with this, and then we'll switch. But yeah, probably the Primus builds are just more, it's harder to punish them than it is to just play like honest tempo with Magus. What a game. Yep, die to double Nexus, you know. They're gonna have to bring some anti-stealth into this game that's viable. I think that might be a necessity. Throw these back. Okay, nice. Always want that 3-drop. That's definitely really great. Haven't played against much Galaron this season, just because I think everyone's trying Sylar. Huh. Okay. Probably just take. It's beating me down. That's interesting. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, when you get the plus 40s, it's it's good. I mean, you know, play against top ranked players. All right, pretty no brainer. Get that out. Oh wow! Wait, I could have played this. Oh, it's because they drew the cards. I forgot that this got buffed. All right. Well, I think we just get to play this, don't we? Or no? Not yet, because we can't add something to their hand yet. It's actually really insane. Yeah, just play another Locust.
Your fate is sealed.
Yep. Well, I think we play this, and then we'll. I mean, it'd be fun to perfect ambush though, the next turn, but we can't really rely on that happening. I think we just play it out. That's insane, though. Yeah, hold on. That's what happens when you're grinding on the seasons. Every loss is going to be a minus 40. Alright. They clear this. But they got to take the damage. Yeah, I mean, especially having domination in our hand, this is just pretty brutal, I think. I guess I'll do this first. Oh. Yeah. That's better.
At the ready. The plan moves forward.
Yeah, BJ, I wanted to try some Nagus, but I think it plays really poorly into Sappho, I'll tell you that. So don't know if that's going to be that viable. Yeah, GSC, I know how sabotage is a very shall we say, sensitive topic, but I do think the faction has a lot of interesting stuff going on, which I like from a deck builder's perspective. I don't even want to do this. I mean, it's better just to run out the Ridge Runner, but Biophagus is still pretty annoying. And I can even throw like a Musculature on here, but it gets cleared pretty easily. Could also just throw out the Pure Strain, but that obviously dies very easily. I think I'm okay to throw this away. Just on the off chance that it makes it through the next turn. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Now we'll just run this out, I think.
Let's earn our divine reward.
Okay. Hold on. Look, you know, everybody's gonna have their favorite, you know. Even if some of us disagree, I do enjoy Genestealers. I at times have hated them as well, so definitely on both sides of it. Oh no, that is a bit of a problem. Okay, double Ridge Runner. So double Ridge Runner clears, and I can just Insurrection to keep them alive.
Let's earn our divine reward.
Question is, do I hit here? I think there are definitely ways to die to chaos here, but yeah. So I think 2 damage doesn't really make a difference. I don't think, especially with domination. We just want to be able to target something and win the game. Okay, get the heal. No, stop getting. Oh, that's actually so bad. All right, well they can't clear it. Okay. Okay. All right. This deck is fun, but I have to think it's kind of strictly worse than the combo version. And Zwakis was running the new Summon the Cult getting reduced, so that could be kind of interesting. Like that is an idea, but I think I'll just run the version I've been playing for a little bit. I think we'll do a couple more games and then I'll call it, but it's been a really fun stream. Glad I got to do it on my extra day off. Yeah, I think everyone has a not so fun time with Sabotage, which I understand. It's a mechanic that doesn't really leave room to feel good about it when you're on the receiving end. All right, Saboteur is obviously solid. I think I'm just trying to hit my Biophagus here. Okay, nice.
Accept our gift of liberation, or face the wrath of the Star Children.
You are defiling sacred ground and will now
Okay, good
face
start
its
for them.
judgment.
I think I'm just going for Nexus here. Okay. Well, Biophagus is going to be good. So we'll go Biophagus into Locus. And then
I have seen
probably go from there.
I have vanquished worse.
It's tempting to try and like bore through this, right? But I don't think that's correct. Buys us a good bit of tempo.
Created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
Yeah, sabotage I think was always going to be pretty controversial. So I do understand.
Your fate is sealed.
It's not a great start for us, though. I mean, generally you want 3-4 out of this, but they're kind of off to the races here. I'm not putting out a ton of board control. Maybe I should have bore through on 3 energy. I'm not sure. Generally playing against sisters is not great. But maybe we can figure our way through it. Okay, I think this works pretty well.
Moves forward.
Just this sort of like a tempo play. Drop this off. Kill. Okay. They get to kill Locust for free. And then next turn, I think it's probably Biophagus and Resilience, depending on how they develop. Okay. And they're going to pray here. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, well, that's just better. Yeah. Yeah, just try and keep it alive with perfect ambush.
Have created such wonders to fuel our ascension.
Other ideas we could clear this. This is 9. And then we've got 6. I don't know. It's an awkward position to be in, for sure. I don't really want them praying with this and drawing with it either. But I think we gotta take our damage when we can. Not get too sidetracked. But this is a pretty bad spot to be in, I think, for us. We get one more turn of Nexus. Maybe it's enough with Gestalt plus bore through plus the Biophagus. I also should have positioned this differently around the Holy Flames. That was dumb. Luckily they don't have it. So alright, so let's start counting. This is 3. Oh god. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 worth of pump. So everything's going to get +3. So this becomes 6 plus 5 plus 4. 11 plus this 14. Right? Or no, 6 plus 5 is 11. It's 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think we're too short. What if we do, is this a 6? This is 6 plus. Yeah, I don't think we have it, right? It's plus 2. This goes up to 8. 8 plus 15. 21. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Oh no, but we can do enhanced as well. Okay. Put them on 2. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. Okay. Yeah, it might be dead. We'll see. Did as much damage as we could. Oh, Merrick, you're a fan of them for the tabletop. I feel like there are a lot of people who like them on tabletop who have played the game. I know I really don't know much about them, so can't really speak to that. I think that was the max damage we could do. And so they're in bore through range, so it just depends on shielding, delaying. I mean, most of the time I would say we'd probably lose this because they full attack our warlord and make themselves invulnerable, and that's the game. Okay. Well, I think we got it. Somehow. This is a really weird start. We really couldn't get much traction for a while. Yeah, and Merrick, that's their weakest trait by far. Is their ambush is really just not a thing in this game. You've got some good stealth units, that's for sure. But ambush as a mechanic is very do nothing. Whew. And we get there. Alright, where are we at? 33. Maybe we can get 3100 before we end. That would be nice. The mirror match. Okay. Got a good 2-3. Okay, great. Mining trimmers, okay. So presumably sabotage? I forget locust builds. Of the Star Children.
We are the mercy of the void.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Poison supply can be awkward. Early, it's not that much of a liability, but if they do have some of their, 1 or 2 good ambush cards, it's pretty bad to stick that poison in their hand. Whereas they don't want to take damage, so okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really have a great answer to that. Living icon that I was trying. I think Biophagus is just a little bit more impactful. I also want to try this in Malik. I think that could be kind of a cool angle, but I think he's just way weaker than what Safa can do. Because you also just really can't interact with stealth that much, and it's tough.
The day of ascension approaches.
Okay.
Your fate is sealed.
Oh, why not attack with Bearer for 2 damage? Okay. Okie dokie then.
Your fate is sealed.
We're probably going to kill it with backstab either way. Do we want the enhanced resilience? Or do we want musculature or aggression? Kind of depends on a lot of things. I think resilience in a vacuum is solid. Well, I can actually just clear this like this and then hit their face. And then take the 50-50, which isn't ideal, but if they do in fact stun this, then we can backstab here. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so they're gonna take a low tempo turn for that, which is honestly ideal. So I'm just gonna backstab this off the board. It's not a bad time to Living Icon, but this is also just gonna make everything so difficult for them. I mean, poison, again, it's sort of like a double-edged sword, but we'll see. Definitely want to start trying to draw for Nexus when I can afford to.
The day of ascension approaches.
Okay. Is familiar? I imagine. Yeah. Fair enough. Now I grab aggression for Sanctus. I think I'll just pop this here. We're not really comboing, but I think that's okay. I mean, I think having less cards in our hand is good. Alright, well now that is a little scarier. No, it won't work. Alright, so I think we have to play our own and hope we don't die. What's the other line? Yeah, no, I think that's really just it. To be honest. But I could play this and have some little guys, or probably best just to grab a strat here. Okay. And then we just try and win next turn. If they don't kill us, which I think they absolutely could. Um, well, we'll just see. Just see if they've got it. Oh, you think heal there, BJ? Okay. Gotcha. What's up, Anzac? How are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, heal in retrospect. I should have healed, not grabbed another stratagem. It's 11, 12, 13. It's not lethal. So I think we're okay. Yep, we are for sure okay. Alright, 13. So this is +4 on Nexus. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's more than enough. You uprising. Yeah. But yes, the good catch on that, BJ. Should have healed. All right, folks. I was saying it would be nice to end at 3100, but my partner's coming back. We're actually doing some board game today, which will be fun. So I think I am going to call it a stream there. Is there anyone else streaming? 'Cause I'd love it if we saw more Warpforging. I could just pass you guys over if you're just chilling today. I think there is. Okay, some Russian streamers. Cool, cool. All right. Well, let me go to my career dashboard. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I'm gonna try and get, a Sylar video out once I have a little bit more practice. Probably have some Genestealer stuff coming up. Definitely just having fun playing Ultramarines Chaos and GSC these days. Yeah, just appreciate everyone hanging out. Oh, BJ's going to stream in an hour. Okay. Everybody mark your calendars. Talk about the GSC Master. If you really want to see this deck, I think piloted probably at its highest height. Also, I know BJ's changed the build a little bit, so I should maybe update mine. But yeah, thanks everybody for sticking with me. Other than that, I will catch you next time. Feel free to follow the stuff on YouTube. And everyone have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I will hopefully, grab a stream sometime late next week. Probably talk about the new Genestealers. Harry, who I used to partner with content, maybe we'll do something for Genestealers because he's a big fan. But yeah, just appreciate all the support. I'll catch you